SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we got a big update out of the carriers. Their performance at the Super Bowl, they really held up well. All right, they carried a ton of data traffic. So we'll be talking about that today. Real quick update. We do have the real SMT Buy Me a Coffee link. If you want to support your creators, you could do it directly using the link in the description. And then also, if you want to save money on your wireless bill and get great service and great customer care, do so with the partner link, Mint Mobile. The partner link is in the description. All right, looking at some of the details from the Super Bowl, fans continue to set records every year. Essentially, on an annual basis, the amount of data usage increases, each passing year through the Super Bowl. The number of fans and the amount of data that they require to use during the event is incredible. All right, so I ran the numbers. Almost 140 terabytes of data were transmitted on the major three mobile network operators. So that's T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. AT&T and Verizon, I believe, had the most customers at the game. Verizon came in at number one. They had 60% of the customers, which probably puts them close to about 41,000 of the Super Bowl viewers. We're on the Verizon network, so 60%. They used almost 48 terabytes of data collectively amongst those. Probably the most data intensive usage is obviously video consumption, high resolution video. Next was AT&T. I think they had 21 terabytes of usage. All right, so it was a very high number for them as well. That's an interesting difference. I think what it boils down to is just the share of users. I'm not sure exactly how many customers they had, but if I remember correctly, I think it was like 17,000, maybe. I'm not sure. So the way that this breaks down is if you can look at it from like a per customer basis. I think the Verizon numbers are interesting because while they had the most customers there, on a per customer basis, the Verizon customer uses less data. All right, so AT&T customers used 21 terabytes of data. That's compared to 13 terabytes last year. So that's a pretty steep increase. And then in the 2020 game, they used 10 terabytes of data. All right, so that was pretty sizable increase to go from 10 to 13 and then 13 to 21. So quite sizable indeed. 9 terabytes were used during pregame activities. But during the game itself, their peak was in the fourth quarter where they used 3 terabytes. Also, AT&T 5G data usage was up 81% compared to last year's game. So getting the 5G available, getting people on 5G phones, leading to more 5G usage. Details from Verizon, 57% increase in data usage from last year's Super Bowl. They said the largest spikes of data were during the halftime show and at kickoff as they were kind of streaming, the video and, getting that out there, sharing it to their people. Peak download speeds for Verizon went over 4.2 gigs per second. Peak upload speeds reached over 320 megabits per second. Additionally, I think the T-Mobile numbers are interesting because they had the smallest share, right? But they also had the most data usage. All right, so I calculated estimation 68 terabytes of data for AT&T because they carried, I think, 49% of the data traffic for T-Mobile. So that's interesting. Verizon at 48 terabytes, AT&T at 21 terabytes, and then T-Mobile came in around 68 terabytes. So even though they have the smallest share, they have the most data-intensive users. This is why, T-Mobile was wise to boost, pretty much everything in and around the stadium. AT&T supported their network as well. We know how big Verizon went. The usage for these events are just astronomical. And I didn't hear about any outages. I didn't hear about any failures. I didn't hear anybody say that they weren't able to use the network. I get the impression that the carriers did enough and there was no trouble, and there probably won't be any trouble moving forward. We need more Super Bowls to go to more cities to get these types of upgrades and foolproof those venues. And I think the more impressive part is probably what Verizon did in the surrounding area, across all the different cities, blocks, neighborhoods, and then even like the neighboring smaller cities, those that are kind of like on the outer edges. So like Glendale and Tempe, it's really smart for them to do that as well. I wonder if AT&T and T-Mobile have been supporting those regions. I don't know, but if you're from the area, maybe you could chime in and let us know how things were with all those visitors and all those upgrades, if things held up across, the greater part of all those regions. But nice job from the carriers. They did great considering all that data traffic, the millimeter wave, the midband, the indoor DAS systems, the nodes, the antennas. Looks like everything was required. Lots of data usage. What do you guys think, though? Sound off in the comment section below. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for all things going on with the channel. Big shout out to my YouTube members and Patreon supporters for making content on this channel possible. Also, don't forget the Buy Me a Coffee link is there if you want to support the SMT. It's in the description, and also our partner link for Mint Mobile. Save money on your wireless service. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.